Alright, so this week some of you guys are going to be getting into some of the vertical welds and horizontal welds. So I wanted to do a quick video to kind of show you guys how I go about it. So your horizontal weld is going to be with the piece sitting like this, and you come in with the TIG torch and weld. It's kind of like an upside down corner almost. So that one shouldn't be too bad, but I'm going to do some of the vertical welds so you guys can see what to look for. Like get the camera set up here. Got a pretty big cup on there this go around. I'm hoping by doing that it'll give you guys a little more visibility on the weld. So got that tungsten sticking out pretty far. Hopefully that works, but don't get thrown off too much. It's a freaking massive cup, but should stay out of the way and give you guys a clear picture, hopefully. So let me get the lens on the camera. We are going to be going back to stainless this week. Still waiting to get some of the mild steel in. We will also have a midterm, not this week, but next week. And I'm working on some blueprints for that. And we'll have you guys actually build something and grade it based on a couple different factors. So I'll get into that a little later on next week. There we go. Hopefully that holds. I'm going to try to zoom it in a little bit. There we go. So welding vertical up with TIG is pretty easy, just for the amount of control that you have, you know, versus MIG welding or stick welding. You know, that you're pretty much stuck at whatever amperage you're set at. At least with TIG you can kind of fluctuate it a little bit. But you still want your torch angle to be a little more towards this base plate. And what I mean by that is, I mean the tip of your tungsten is pointed at that joint. I mean, it doesn't go away from that, but your angle changes just a little bit pointing at that joint. So we'll see how this pans out. the groove of it a little further in the weld that I wanted to. But not bad. I'm gonna turn up the hood a little bit, see if that makes a difference. Hoping it'll make the visibility a little better, but so it's always important when you're doing this vertical up is to get comfortable, you know, get a good rest on where your hand is. So I usually put mine on the edge and kind of run it up and down. When you're doing vertical up, you got to be real careful on your torch angle. As you can see in that last one, there were a couple times the wire balled up and kind of dropped into the puddle. So you got to be real careful on keeping that welding rod a ways away from the puddle, so you're not burning it before it gets there. But it turned out okay. I'm trying to get one last one in there a little closer. Hopefully I don't melt the camera here. Sorry about that. Lost my counterweight. There's the first one. Not too bad. I'm gonna zoom this back out here. There we go. As you can see with that cup I was using, really freaking keeps down on the heat. And there's almost no weld color to that. That is the bonus to those bigger cups. So you can see here in a couple spots, there's kind of a bigger blob and another bigger blob. That's where the rod melted before I got it to the puddle. So it kind of balled up there, and when it dropped in, it created a bigger puddle and a bigger freeze mark. So I kind of lost my consistency, but first one turned out pretty good. I think I got the hang of it towards the end. So it's really not that bad. Welding vertical with TIG. Just a couple things you got to look out for. You know, make sure you're comfortable, and make sure that rod is far enough back it's not going to do what it did on that weld. So I'll run a couple more, see how they turn out. couple without the zoom and see how that goes. Man, those big cups really do a number on that weld, cooling the weld down. It's insane. I think this side turned out a lot better. So this is good. That middle one, you can see I got a little hot. I mean, the weld's still shiny, but there is a haze to it. I'm not sure if the camera can really pick it up. But definitely ran a smaller weld on the last one. That one turned out pretty shiny. So yeah, just kind of play around with it. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure the rod's far enough back. Make sure you got the right angle. But it really isn't too bad to do vertical up with TIG.